everyone, I'm back with another parenting video. This video is going to be all about facilitating independence in children. I'm going to share our favorite way of aiding Jackson in starting to kind of take care of himself. Jackson is 9, but you can start a modification of this as early as 2 if you want to. Just like my last parenting video, I do have to say I myself am not a professional and am in no way qualified to give you any sort of advice on your kids. However, I have obtained all of my information from highly credible, respectable sources, and I will list all of those down below. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shannon. I'm a small town boy mom sharing ways to save you time and sanity. On my YouTube, I make cooking, cleaning, parenting, pregnancy, TTC videos. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I hope you consider subscribing to us. And if this video in particular is the kind of content you like to see, definitely give it a thumbs up because I really do take those into consideration when I plan out what videos to make. Also, I just gave my Instagram a total makeover, so I'd love if you went over there and checked things out. Let me know on my last post that you came over from this video. Okay, on to the good stuff. This video is for you if you have a child where you tell them to go and clean their room. In 30 minutes, you come back in and they've done absolutely nothing except for stare at the mess or just ended up playing with their toys. Or this video is for you if you've told your son 100 million times to wipe up the floor after he's done taking a shower, but you're still getting your socks wet. Or this video is for you if you tell your child to go get ready for bed, but every 30 seconds you still have to remind them to brush your teeth, put on your pajamas, and every little step along the way. If any of those sound familiar, then you are going to love this video. So what is it going to take to get your kids to be more independent? Well, what has worked so well for us has been visuals. This type of method is called antecedents or setting events, and it's what we can do before a behavior happens to help encourage the desired behavior. These fun little charts that I will share later are great for disguising a lot of steps into just a few steps. A task that seems simple to us might seem really overwhelming to children, and if they don't feel like they're going to be able to accomplish it, then they might not even try at all or would be really reluctant to doing the task or ask for your help constantly. An example of this is getting ready for bed. We might say to our kids, go get ready for bed, and it seems like one step to us. But what we really mean is probably a few steps. We probably mean get on your pajamas, brush your teeth, and pick out a book. So really one step to us is 3 steps is what we mean, and we can break it down even further to see what a child sees when we tell them to get ready for bed. So even just putting on your pajamas, for example, which we feel like is a half step on the way to the one step that we asked, which is getting ready for bed. But breaking down even just getting into pajamas for a kid, they have to go into their room, turn on the light, open the dresser drawer, pick out their pajamas, take off their old clothes, put their clothes in the hamper, put on their pajamas, close the dresser drawer, turn off the light. It's a lot to remember that we don't even think of because it's just so autopilot to us. So your first step in facilitating some independence in your children is to do a task analysis of what you're asking them to do. Break it down and then break it down even further. Step 2 would be to give them a visual aid. Our routine charts that we have is basically every single step in our task analysis, but it's broken down into a few simple steps and it's housed in something that looks like just one task, so it's not as overwhelming to them. Setting it up this way to a kid seems a lot less overwhelming and they'll be much more willing to participate. Not sure if my wording was all correct there. So as an example, I'll go through our nighttime routine. Jackson is 9 years old for reference. So our nighttime routine is housed into one sheet, so it looks like one task, which does not seem overwhelming. Then we break it down into 4 simple steps. Also, not very overwhelming. So our steps are take a shower or bath, brush your teeth, prepare for tomorrow, and read for 20 minutes. And then within those boxes, if needed, I have sub-steps. So let's see, prepare for tomorrow. I have, is your planner signed, homework in backpack, electronics plugged in, and is tomorrow a lunch day? So, because we always freak out in the morning if we find out we don't like what there is for lunch. So I have the night before, is tomorrow a lunch day? And that's our nighttime routine. So as he goes through these steps, he has cues that keep him on track. A simpler one is, instead of doing a whole routine, this might be better to start out younger kids with and then graduate to something a little more complex. This is a chart that's just what to do before you leave the bathroom. We were struggling with the lights still being on, the floor still being wet, not washing our hands, things like that. So we made this little chart on things to do before you leave the bathroom. Flush, wash your hands, brush your teeth, put your clothes in the hamper, dry off the floor and hang up the towel, and then turn the lights off. So that's what you do before you leave the bathroom. This is specifically after a shower or bath is when we implemented this. I also have one for cleaning his room, because on his afternoon chart, it has on step 1 whether or not it's a homework day. If it's a homework day, it has 1 box. If it's not a homework day, it says do your room cleaning chart. So we have a chart like this in his room that says how to clean your room. Step 1, get rid of all the trash. Step 2, pick up all the clothes. Step 3, make your bed if it's not made. And that way it doesn't seem so overwhelming when it's broken down like that, and they have a roadmap of where to go. My biggest tip for implementing these types of charts into your daily life for the first time is to simulate it. Simulation is another one of my favorite parenting techniques for Jackson. We use it in so many different ways. Simulation is great for introducing charts and routines like this. What you want to do is simply practice their new routine at a time of day where it doesn't matter, where there's zero stress. You can practice your morning routine at 2 p.m. on a Saturday. That way you're not all of a sudden bombarding them by handing them a chart and setting them loose. They're going to be like, what the heck is this? This is new information to me. You mean you're just giving me this and you're not going to help me anymore? You might send them into a panic. So simulating it beforehand is going to help them feel a lot more comfortable, and they're going to be a lot more willing to participate. Also, simulating something usually goes by a lot easier and a lot faster. So if you were to simulate your bedtime routine, you know, you would fake walk over and pretend to put on your pajamas, and it takes 2 seconds, and then you walk to the bathroom, pretend to brush your teeth, and you're just simulating these things, and it's quick and it's easy, and there's no bumps in the road during a simulation. That way, when it's go time, they already have a positive connotation set with this routine. Also, when you simulate it, be sure to praise them for participating in the simulation. That way they're more willing to do it again in the future. Another tip is don't be afraid to modify it. If after a few days you realize that step 3 is really kind of tricky and you need to change the chart up a little bit, go ahead and do that. It's better to do it now while they're still learning it rather than, you know, months from now changing it up on them because you want to like upgrade it or something. So if you feel like something's not working, go ahead and change it right away and you'll be a lot better off. Another great tip is to let them in on the design process. Obviously, Minecraft is not like my go-to visual aesthetic that I like, but he loves it. So this was really helpful too, letting him be involved in the design process. You know, set it all up and then let them pick the colors and the characters. These have worked so well for us. I am a path of least resistance kind of girl. If there is a way to make my mom life simpler and easier, I'm gonna find it and I want to share it with you. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope this gave you some inspiration and you're excited. Let me know down below what the first chart is that you're gonna implement in your home. I'm always game to hear new ideas and I'd really love to know. Reminder to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you are so inclined, and go check out my Instagram. I'll leave the link below. That is all the fun I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll chat later. Bye. We'll go ahead and do a little belly shot too. 5.5 weeks to go.